Greetings, space explorers, and welcome to an episode of Oxygen Not Included. We are playing the agricultural upgrade. Probably has a lot of stuff that I have no idea. I've played this once. So, what is it? Is a colony survival game. That's the best way I can say it. Let's just jump into it and see how long I can survive. I have created here the lucky system. So let's hop in and we'll see who our little guys are right now. So let's just stop this right here. I have three, they're called duplicants. So if I look at my jobs here, I can see my duplicants. My duplicants are actually people from the channel that comment sometimes on my stuff and that I interact with. So I have Adam Barker, I have White Fox, and Justin Christopher. Let's talk about these guys here. Adam Barker is very fast. He's a sprinter. He can run around like crazy. So he's going to be my main power guy. He's going to be running the wheel. I'll show you that how you can make all that stuff. He's going to be mopping stuff around and delivering stuff because he's very fast. Now, I don't want any of these two guys to cook. I also go here research. So yeah, I don't want this guy to research, and I don't want new duplicants to research or do all of that stuff, you know? If I go to combat, I don't want anybody to fight. You're all cowards for now. we'll see about the rest later on. I should have something that is art, right? Good. So art is White Fox. White Fox, she's great with machines. She's great with her hands, just creating stuff. Any machine, she's just a pro at using them. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And Justin Christopher, he's my cook. So he has some cooking. He's pretty good with his hands. He's a good tinkerer. And he's also my researcher. So extremely smart, this Justin. He's going to be increasing our research while making us a lot of great food. We'll see how we can get good food. So that's basically my setup right now. We're starting out in this little place around here. So I can see here I have some water here, a lot of water here, some water there. So this is a pretty good start. I have slime up top. So I do know I am going to need algae that I can take slime and turn it. Oh, no, there's no slime. This is just algae. Okay. So we'll have to see if we can find a slime biome. I can't see like any biome right now. This is just my main area that we'll get to start with. So right now the game is paused. I have a stress of 5% for everybody. I have 20,000 food, which is inside this little ration box. Ration? I have no idea. And the only oxygen I'm getting right now is from these little squares, these little oxalite squares. So I'm going to have to dig these up and make sure that they produce oxygen for me. I think my first goal will probably to make a sleeping area and toilets and mining out all this copper here, because that's going to be pretty useful. So I'm going to select dig, and I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a 4 high area. I'm going to have dig out like all of this here. That should be enough, right? And I'm going to have him dig all the way here. So I don't want to dig into the water right now, but I do want to dig out this oxalite so I can get more oxygen production. Okay? And that's why I'm digging up top here, so I can get this one that's going to produce oxygen. Because for now, I don't have any way of producing massive amounts of oxygen. Let's press space, and look at these little guys go. Perfect. I think the first thing we're going to be setting up is a bathroom. So that will probably, I'm going to keep it away from our clean supply of water right now. So it's probably going to be right over here. They're going to be doing their business. Right now, if I go in plumbing, I can build an outhouse. So an outhouse is, yeah, it's really basic. There's no piping. It has to be emptied from time to time. So I'm going to put it a little bit away from this here. So we're just going to set it up, let's say here will be good. I might be digging too big an area for starters. We're going to see. We're going to speed this up here. Warp speed, Mr. Sulu. Of course, there's a bunch of mealwood and seeds and stuff around here that I'll be able to pick up and actually get some farming going. But for now, it's going to be enough. And you can put priorities on everything. So right now, if I pause this here. So digging, you can see to the bottom left, or bottom right, sorry, there's these numbers. So this is the priority for the digging that I'm doing. So if I decide, you know what, this thing here has to be dug right now. So this is now a priority 7, which is higher than everything else. So if I unpause it, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to start working on that top one. And that's basically how it works. Colony requires a food source. Yeah, that's going to be coming in soon. I think I have a couple of days, right? Oh, wait. Am I digging too close to this? Yeah, I'm gonna go here, click cancel. And I'm gonna cancel this here. So you see now they disappear. Because this water here has strength, and it can pass through this if it's too low. So we're good with that. Outhouse has been built. That's perfect. We're gonna go with some decor here, base stuff, tiles, and I'm gonna get some tiling done. I'm gonna go all the way here, and we're gonna get all our tiling over here done. And we're gonna start with a ladder. Should I put a ladder on the side or in the middle? Huh. Yeah, I think if I put a hole here, that's going to be pretty bad, though. So I should put it, like, here, I believe. If I do this, see, you can't put it here because this is constructed tile, so you can't do that. What you need to do is deconstruct the tile. And they're going to get to that. Perfect. And then you can put a ladder. This goes down. So we're going to be setting up a couple of floors here. Of course, they can't just start building a ladder because it is unreachable. They can't get to it. So you need to dig so that they can get to that part. You might be digging a little bit too much for a first floor there. So I'm going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4 high for my floors. So if I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to do this right now. And that's going to help me get this stuff here. So we're going to dig all of this here. We're going to dig all of this here. Oh, so you do not want to dig oxalite. Very important, do not touch oxalite right now. So we're going to cancel these because we need to let it generate oxygen. So right now it's blocked, so it's not generating any oxygen. And that might actually be a good idea right now to not... Yeah, I'm going to do this just so it doesn't generate this oxygen right away. Oh, yes, it is emitting oxygen. Huh. Okay. We'll let these guys go. And we'll say I want a floor all the way here. Perfect. So our first goal is going to be making a food, and this guy is cold right now. So let's look at our overlays. Our overlays gives us reports of everything that's happening around you right now. If I go to oxygen, I have a high concentration of oxygen here. It's not surprising because I have a huge patch of oxalite right here, okay? And also a lot of oxygen here. Red, this is unbreathable. This is just carbon dioxide, okay? So oxygen is lighter than carbon dioxide, which is why I'm digging down a long way right now. I'm digging this the whole way because I want to set up an area below where carbon dioxide is going to just pile up for now because I don't have any way to handle it. So I'm going to let it pool down below and just let the oxygen go up to my actual work area here. I should probably block this just so it's not going out in space, so it doesn't go out in a big area. So at least it's concentrating, and that's pretty important because you don't want to lose all this oxygen, okay? And here there's a small area of oxygen. If I look at power, I have no power right now, but we'll see. We'll get that done very soon. Temperature? So over here, it is hot. It is pretty hot here. Oh, really? Chlorine. Okay. And to the top left, it is cold. So that's probably a nice biome or something like that. Oh, and it is a lot colder over here too. Okay. So at least we have a temperate area over here. We have some heat here. And yeah, the rest is all pretty temperate. So, light sources. I don't know if light is important right now. If you guys know about it, if light helps, please tell me. It's probably for mood or something like that. Because if I go to decor, decor is what they like and what they don't like. So, duplicants love to work in a high decor area. You know, when your office is pretty, you just prefer working there instead of it being a dump. So that's basically what it is. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a storage compactor right here. And this storage compactor is actually going to be getting all the polluted dirt that this guy is generating right now, because we do not want to have polluted dirt on the floor because it's going to pollute the air and it could make actual people sick. So we definitely do not want that. Why are you cold? It is not that cold around here right now. Okay, so I'm going to select it, and then I need to decide what is going to be going inside of this thing. So there's two things I want right now inside of this one, and it is cultivatable soil, maybe? That's dirt. Algae? Coal? Sandstone? Copper? Oh, it's probably only showing you what you actually have right now. So it's not showing you everything, it's only showing you the stuff that you can use. Since right now I don't have any polluted dirt, there's no need for a storage compactor here. I'm still going to build one, say, here. So this is going to be my storage compacting area. I'm going to build two here. Because these guys here, just piles of dirt and pile of stuff, it's just not good for decor. So you need to clean this place up. The guys could start being thirsty. So what I'll do is I'll have them dig just here. Yeah, that should be enough, right? And I'll put a ladder that just goes up like that, so they can get to it, because they cannot, you see this one here, they cannot dig up to there because it's just too high. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a higher priority for this because I want them to have access to water as quick as possible. Okay. So to change the priority, I'll go to prioritize, and I can see the priority for everything around here. And what I'll do is I'll do 6. You don't want to go too high because later on it's going to be power creep. that's going to be a problem here. So I'm putting this at 6, which means as soon as they're done, they're going to do this stuff. Is it nighttime? Oh, okay. So this is not good. They're sleeping on the floor right now, so that's going to make them cranky tomorrow morning. And also, during the night, you can see these little monsters that hatch and start eating resources that are found around you. So you need to be careful with these guys. They're not going to attack you, usually, unless you disturb them. But they will eat resources, so you need to be careful. So now I have access to water. Perfect. So perfect. This one here is going to be all mineral. And the second one... Oh, they need to use the bathroom. How do they all need to use the bathroom at the same time? That's a little bit weird. Okay, perfect. And this one here is going to be dirt. So, it is a lower priority, so they're going to be doing that later on. So I have 21,000. I need to start thinking about food. So, do I need to start thinking about food right away, or can I just start with power? Huh. I am not sure. Because I'd like to have a research station. Oh, wow. Okay, this stuff fell down here. We're just going to get them to dig this because these guys are entombed right now. And they can't do anything. So these guys are pretty low on oxygen. If we look at here, you can see that there's a lot of oxygen up top. There's a small amount of oxygen here, but here there's not a lot. And you can see here that the oxygen that was here, everything is starting to fall down here right now and pool. So that's pretty good. So having this open up right now, this is going to give us some oxygen here that's going to help these guys breathe a little bit better. So if I go here, I can see that now it's starting to get paler. So, and all the red is now starting to go down here, which is perfect. This is all thanks to pressure. So what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to set up a power area. It's going to be a temporary power area for now. And we're going to set it up here. We're going to get 2 machines here. And we're going to get 2 tiny batteries. It's a little bit costly to get 2 tiny batteries. And we're going to get some electrical wire. And we're going to connect this one to this one. This one to this one. And this one to this one. Perfect. And we're going to go for some stations and a standard research station. So that's going to be the first thing that I build here. I'm going to set up this here. Go to power. And hook it up to my grid here. So this is going to allow me to start doing some research. And also accumulate power. Perfect. So since my guys have a lot of athletics, they're going to be pretty fast at generating power here. So you can see them run, and now these batteries are starting up. I'm going to go here and select a research. So research is going to be a little bit higher priority, because if you have research to do, this should be more important than digging dirt. I'm going to go to research. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go with farming because I want at least planter boxes. So I need to be able to plant food. And also, this thing here recycles carbon dioxide into oxygen. And that is very important, getting oxygen. And this one breaks polluted dirt, which my outhouse is generating, into fertilizer. There's a lot of other goods research that I could do, but I think this trumps pretty much everything else. So I need 20 units of research for that. Thankfully, I have a pretty good researcher that should soon start to get working right on that. There we go. So she's going to start researching what I need here. And for now, what I'm going to do is... yeah, I need to set up a little bed area. At first, you do not want to set up your bedding area below. Why? Well, because carbon dioxide pools below, oxygen goes up. So you want your guys to sleep in an oxygenated area. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to set up a little bit of beddings here. Doesn't have to be fancy. I'm going to go to furniture, cots, and I'm just going to put them right next to each other. It doesn't need to be, beautiful and all that kind of stuff. There we go. They're going to be pretty happy to make beds here and be able to sleep. Oh, they can go 4 up. That's pretty useful. I think that has to be new because it didn't used to be that way all the time. So now they're all picking up the stuff because there's nothing else to do. I've told them everything else. They've done everything else that I've asked of them. And my batteries are full. So they don't need to take care of the batteries. But batteries are generally important. Sometimes I put it at 6. Sometimes I leave it at 5. For now, we're going to leave it at 5. And the threshold is how low does my power grid need to be before these guys jump on this. So if my batteries are under 50%, this becomes a priority. And, start pedaling, guys. That's basically what it means here. I do want them to start sweeping up the stuff because it is pretty important that, it doesn't stay on the ground because it ruins the decor. And like I said, decor is pretty important. So what I'll do here, we're going to start working a little bit on our decor. I don't have a sculpting block, and I don't have a canvas, so this is researchable stuff. We're going to leave it for now. They have cots to sleep. They have food, they have water, they have oxygen. So we're going to leave it like that for now. And we're going to let them pick up everything. So this is going to be our storage compactor area. And we're just going to put all this stuff in there. And let them build this stuff here. So we did one for mineral, I believe. Yeah, mineral. So we're going to go here for raw metal. We have one for dirt. And I'm going to set up a little cooking area below. That's going to be the seeds. So for now, I'm going to go for sand and coal, if I do have coal. Actually, these guys, these little monsters here, when they eat stuff, they actually produce coal that they drop on the ground. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. So dirt. Oh, polluted dirt. There we go. Now I have polluted dirt. So I can go here and say, pick up the polluted dirt. And you got to be careful with what you mix here. You can't put like polluted dirt with food because, of course, it's going to contaminate. It's cross-contamination. It's the basics of any cooking show. If you see Chef Ramsay, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. Cross-contamination is a problem. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put my algae right here. Algae is a very finite resource at first that is critically important because that's your first way of generating oxygen is using water and algae. So right now they're having cots. So you should see my stress levels start to go down tomorrow. Come on. The 18. Oh, White Fox is a lot higher than Adam and Christopher for some reason. I don't know why. But it is starting, yeah, 17, 14, 11. So a good night's sleep lowered it. But I wonder why White Fox... What's up with you, White Fox? Your hands are dirty and you need a shower. So you've been rolling around in the dirt a little bit too much, and that increased your stress. For now, there's not much I can do about that, but eventually I will fix it, I promise. Perfect. What I'll also do is I want to set up... Okay, I don't have the mess table right now. Ah, that's too bad. Okay. We'll just let it go for now. And I'm going to set up a little digging area here. So what I want to do is I want these resources. And I also want... You can see here the carbon dioxide that's pooling down here. So we need to be pretty careful when we send our guys down here. But we're still going to do it. Because that's going to be a nice pooling area for our carbon dioxide. As we open it up, they're going to have a better area for that. And I'm also going to get a lot of copper ore. So my research has been finished. I now have an algae terrarium that transforms carbon dioxide into a small amount of oxygen. Its main purpose is mostly to get rid of carbon dioxide, not producing oxygen. But it's a bonus, and if it's lit up, if there's a light, we're going to get an efficiency boost. So that is pretty useful. It's usually what you want to do. Lights do not use a lot of power, so it is pretty useful. And of course, your algae terrarium, you don't want to put it on top. That would be stupid. There's no carbon dioxide on top. It's all pooling down on the bottom. So this here is where we're going to be putting our algae terrarium a little bit later. Because for now, what I want to do is I want to set up... Is that 4 high? Yeah, that is 4 high. Perfect. So I want to set up a little cooking area here. See, the O2 is pooling, so... sorry. So they need a little bit of oxygen here. That's plenty normal. So we're going to be setting up our cooking area here, and we're going to start with mealwood. What does mealwood need? Do you have a seed around here? I don't know if you can figure it out by just clicking on a seed. Mealwood seed. Scales? No. Oh, because I'm on O2. Okay, there we go. Mealwood seed. The seed of a mealwood. So it's not telling me right now what I need to actually do it, but I think this is around the temperature that it needs. 21, 22 degrees. Something like that. I'm not entirely sure. We're going to see. I do know it loves fertilizer. So we're going to go in refinement. And we're going to turn compost. So we're going to turn our polluted dirt into fertilizer. And this thing is now filling up. And that's a problem. Because once it's full, it needs time to empty out. If somebody just cannot go to the bathroom because it's under construction, well, it's getting emptied out, they're going to go on the floor. And this is a very, very big problem. So we're going to set this here. And we're going to create a second outhouse. This is our backup outhouse in case the first one fails. Get to work, Adam. So construction is usually higher priority. It's same priority as the rest of the jobs, but it gets done you know, before the rest usually. Oh, so now I need to research something else. I'm going to select research. And if I do this one, there's two types. So I need a supercomputer and a standard research station to be able to do this one. So we're going to skip this one for now. Although, do I have enough food for now to last me until I can make farm tiles? I do need plumbing to do farm tiles, so I'm not really sure. Or hydroponic farms, yeah. They're pretty good at getting, you know, a better experience here, getting just better quality food. But I think for now, yeah, for now we're gonna keep it like that. Should I start with gas piping? Liquid piping? Power? Or decor? Huh, so my guys are at 22% right now. They're pretty stressed out about this whole getting dumped on the planet thing here. So I might go for decor right now just to help him out. Because if they freak out, we're going to get some very negative effects here. If I go on this guy here, that's... and expectations. So he's a vomiter. So he's going to puke if he's stressed. And then he can pollute water and all that kind of stuff. This one is a binge eater. This is dangerous. This is very destructive. Might have been a bad idea to do it because they're going to eat a lot of food if their stress goes up. And I believe our last one... where is he? Nope. Where are you, dude? We're missing a guy, right? Aren't we? Okay, there he is. Okay, he's a binge eater. And Adam Baker is an ugly crier. I'm sorry, Adam. So it seems when you cry, you actually pool water on the ground. So that is pretty bad. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig down these last two blocks here. Because, again, I want my O2 to pool at the bottom here. So that's why I want to do this. And I'm also going to get these guys here. Start digging this stuff out because I want this oxalite to start generating more oxygen, even though these guys are working right now. Do I have some oxalite on the bottom here? Because that's ideal. I have some oxalite here, so this is pretty ideal because if you dig this, then the oxygen is going to move up and start going up here and push the carbon dioxide below. So you can see the carbon dioxide is pulling here right now, but as I dig the hole there, come on, dig it, perfect. So you're going to see all this, you see it's starting to change right now. All the carbon dioxide is pulling down there, and it's going to go down below, which is perfect for us. This is exactly what we need. So we're going to start with our little farming area that's going to be right over here. And to do that, I'm going to shut this place down here, like that. And I'm going to put in a manual airlock. Has to be handled by hand, but this encloses the area here. I forgot to research. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Okay. So do I want gas piping? Do I want power? Oh god, I have no idea. I am so bad at this. Air scrubber? Removes carbon dioxide from the air. That would be pretty good, but for now, I have enough algae around me just to be able to support it the way I'm doing it right now. But it is only a small amount of oxygen, so I do want, what's it called? That creates oxygen out of thin air. The algae deoxidizer. So this one converts algae directly into oxygen and becomes idle when the room enters max pressure range. This is very important because it won't over pressurize an area. So if you're full up on air pressure, it just stops. And this is going to be perfect for what we want to do right now. So I'm just going to let it complete here. And we're going to start our food with just standard planter boxes. Okay, so we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 planter boxes. Do I want to go with 9? No, I'm going to leave a small area right here, just in case I need it. These airlocks do take a little bit more time to build. But that's okay. So, I have my planters here. If I go here, and I select my seeds, so I have, right now, mealwood, blossom wood, and I don't have any sleet wheat. These two guys, you can see here, they require temperatures minus 23 to 23. Okay, that's pretty much doable, but the best effect for temperature is minus 3 to 3. And over here, 21, 22. So this is no good. This is not what we want right now. Mealwood is from 18 to 22. Well, wow, that's exactly what we have right now. It needs an air pressure of 750 grams. If I look at my air pressure here right now, 200, 230, 500 of carbon dioxide, ugh, that's a problem. So, and it's carbon dioxide, doesn't really care, but this is breathable gas, so a lot, that's pretty good. But we need something to equalize the pressure here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go here and make an algae deoxidizer. I'm just going to put it here. So this one, you know that it stops when the pressure reaches the maximum that it can handle. So that's perfect for us. Come on, hop up to bed. Ooh, 30%. Oh, I still forgot my research. Oh god, I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. I've wasted so much time. So since, you know, they're hitting 30%, that's just way too high right now. I do not want this. So I'm going to go for some interior decor. We're going to lower, make them happier. And just so they become more productive citizens. So research complete. Thank you. Farming tools. We are at max speed right now. There's nothing faster, sadly. So we're going to let him finish this one. Come on, you can do it. Oh, he's a narcoleptic, so he falls asleep everywhere. And that's a problem. So why aren't they digging this right now? Okay, he's hungry. He's sleeping, so that's kind of normal. And he wants oxygen. So what I'll do here, I'll put a little bit higher priority over here. So that he does it a little bit faster. But they're just going to pick up some stuff to be able to build it. He needs to go to the bathroom. Great. That's more fertilizer for us, so I'm not going to complain. So they're going to finish this one up. Perfect. Thank you. They're a little bit cold, but it's 21, so it needs to be under 22. So this is perfect for me. So I'm going to go here now, and this guy needs power to work. Oh, wow, we have power right over here. Isn't that beautiful? But here's a problem, though. You can see these wires. They don't like seeing wires. This really lowers our decor. If we look here, our decor, you can see that, oh, wow, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad. It's only here that it's a little bit decent. You know, this is horrible. So hopefully we're going to be able to fix that once we get all our stuff here. But for power, ideally, you want to run power like this. So you want to run it through the wall. No, like this. There we go. So we're going through the tiles so that it doesn't show up on this stuff here and they don't see it. That would have been the smart thing to do. Just go down and just connect it like this. Oh wow, he got smarter. That's cool. So he needs power. Come on. And we're going to start setting up our mealwood seeds here. The thing is with these seeds is they're not eternal. There's a certain amount of times that it's going to work. And after a while, well, that's it. You're not going to get any more seeds. You have a chance of getting one or two seeds back. It depends on how good you are on this stuff. Temperature, air pressure. This one needs... Oh no, this one needs polluted water and fertilizer. So fertilizer we're producing right now, but we do not have any polluted water. So this is a problem. What do you do? Chlorine. So here, thankfully, we have a pool of polluted water that we can use, but it is pretty small and pretty far away. So we're going to start right away here. Get this guy up here and start digging all the way here. Say like this. And then we're going to put a ladder that goes all the way here. No, this is not a good idea. Because again, if it's too short, the water pressure could overpressurize and start to flow polluted water all the way inside the base, which would be catastrophic at this point. So this is not something that we want. We're going to go here, like this. That's going to be perfect. We're actually going to go one higher up. And we're going to make sure to dig all of this. And we're going to be digging too high. Because they're going to be able to get the water out of there. I can see here that there's a new duplicate available. So if I select here, I can choose 1 out of 3 duplicates. But right now, I don't want to. Unless there's somebody really, really good. So mouth breather, more oxygen, I do not want that. Whatever stats that you have, if you take more oxygen and you can't dig, you're useless to me. If we look at this one, Iron Gut, that's pretty good. Only construction and medicine though. Slow learner, so his skill points are going to raise a lot slower than anybody else. Not very good either. So here we have somebody that could be decent. You know, medicine, not very useful right now. They might do something in the game, unless they actually did something better with the game and I just have no idea. Construction is good, digging is good. Decor expectation, it is a little bit high. Food quality, thankfully, -2 is not that bad. He's an ugly crier, we don't care about that, but dimensionally inept, so he cannot build. He has +3, +4 construction, but he can't build, so this stat is useless, so I need to think about digging or medicine. So there's really nobody that stands out in there. So you can just click here and do reject all. And that's it. Because 3 guys uses less food, less oxygen. So it allows you to do your setup a little bit better here. Since I have an outhouse, I'm going to go here and say, I should have. I don't have fertilizer? Huh. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. But I guess, you know, these guys are just, yeah, 7 and 14 visits. They're just not full right now, so I don't need... I can't have any compost. So that does suck a little bit. So this guy is waiting for algae right now. And there we go. So he's going to start producing oxygen, which is just great. And we're going to go down here. And we're going to start with our algae terrarium. And we want to set up this guy right here. Actually, let's look at... we need to make sure that our base is going to be good here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to be like this. So I'm going to set you up like this. I'm going to cancel you then. And you're going to dig 2 below. And then we'll set up the algae terrarium. But of course, right now, carbon dioxide, you can see here that's starting to be a problem. So I'm going to set this up here. And I'm going to prioritize number 6 here. Just so it gets done faster. Yeah, there's not a lot of oxygen, I know. Our decor is up. Perfect. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to set up a little bit of paint. You can see here when I set this up that, you know, everything is ugly. It is pretty bad. So, we're going to set up a painting here. We're going to put in a couple of sculpting blocks. We're going to put paintings over our sleeping area. Because this is pretty important that our sleeping area be, this is where they spend a lot of time. So it needs to be pretty. I set this here, and there's a reason I did this, that I set this little space here, so that we can put this here. And there we go. So they're going to build this thing. This one is going to take care of our carbon dioxide problem that we have right now. And like I said, this thing works better under light. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our power here. We're going to take the same circuitry that we have right now. It's the same circuit. So even if I connect it here, you know, it's all the same power that's going to be going down. So I want this power to go down here. And we're going to set up furniture, ceiling lamp. So I can see here the area that the lamp will light up. That's perfect for me. We're going to set up like this. Again, prioritize number 6. Because I want this to get done as quick as possible. There we go. I'm going to put the ladder here so that it just keeps going down. Have him dig this. The bigger the area that you make here, the more stuff is going to pull down. So the actual better it is. And I'm not sure if I should do this here because of course the water is going to start pushing out. And that would be pretty bad. So this guy is working right now. If I go here to my O2, you can see that the oxygen starts to, you know, go up a little bit. Isn't that cool? No wire connected. What do you mean? Power? Oh, so it's just missing a little wire here. So as I construct this, I can just do this. Prioritize number 6. Please, because we need, this guy needs to start working more efficiently. It's not about the speed, because you can see here one guy is pretty good right now to handle the carbon dioxide. It's mostly that putting it at 6 and getting it to work, it just uses less algae. And that's pretty important. Our batteries are almost empty, sadly. But these guys should start the next morning and start to work on that. So guys, we are now going to be on day 5 of our first adventure here. We have our food set up here. And right now you can see that, you know, decor -10. This does a little less decor. But if I go to, I believe it's details. Yeah. So temperature 21 degree. Should tell me. Doesn't it tell you? Oh yes, you need to click on the plant. It's, I guess. So I'm going to be getting a standard yield. Um, which is high harvest will improve crop yield, and you get more seeds, of course. So right now I'm getting external pressure 20, temperature 22.1 degrees. So I'm 0.1 degree too high right now. So cannot fertilize, cannot irrigate. This farm plan does not accept irrigation. And it's not fertilized. It has ideal air pressure, at least. And the temperature is just a tiny smidgen too high. That's too bad. I thought it was good on temperature before, but I guess... Yeah, here it's 19. These guys are at 21. I'm actually surprised. I thought the planter box... you just filled it with water. So these guys should be bringing... Oh, they can't. There's no polluted water. Of course, they cannot irrigate it. So I need to put... Oh, this is going to suck, though. I hate putting higher priority on crap stuff like this. But if I do not get a good yield, an excellent yield, my problem is going to be that I'm going to be running out of seeds. Because seeds are in limited quantity. And that's actually how I died the first time. I ran out of seeds because my area just got way too hot and I got some crappy yields. And that just killed everything. So we're going to let these guys work. And I'm going to let them go up to the polluted water. I'm going to leave for now. And that's all I'm going to be doing in between episodes. Just let them get to the polluted water so they can start irrigating our plants. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Oxygen Not Included.